actually be a mental and emotional thing rather than it be a physical thing, rather than it be something where you have to hold something and decide whether or not it brings you joy. And if it brings you joy, keep it. If it doesn't bring you joy, let it go. No, that's not what we're doing. Welcome to our latest video. Today, we are going to be talking about something that Griffin and I are both dealing with at this moment, and it's actually letting go. Griffin and I, lost his sister on Canada Day, and we are dealing with the aftermath of having to let go of her physical form and embrace her spiritual form. Now that might not feel like a letting go sort of situation, but it most certainly is. And in fact, actually, letting go of someone who's crossed over might be an example of a time when we truly and absolutely allow ourselves to spiritually, physically, and emotionally let go. Learning to let go is somewhat like learning to allay your fears, learning to be trusting in the process, learning to release things in the idea and hope that they will come back to you eventually, or that their service to you has actually run its course, and that maybe you need to learn to let go so that the next thing is able to come towards you. Because when we let things go, we actually create new energy. We allow for something that we were experiencing to pass through our existence and allow for new things, because we are energy beings and everything we're experiencing here is energy, and holding on too tight to energy gives energy no place to go but within itself, so then becomes self-destructive. If we allow that energy to flow and move in the way that energy is meant to, then we allow for that energy to grow. We allow for that energy to change its form and transform into something new. So learning to let go actually allows you to embrace the new, embrace change, embrace something more for yourself, really. Okay, let's start with talking about the letting go that is mandatory when somebody goes ahead and passes away on you. You are forced to release and let go of someone, a person, a relationship, a mentor, an advisor, a loved one, a husband, a wife, a child. You're forced to release and let go of one of those people. How the heck do you do that? How do you balance that in your own brain? How do you look at letting go of a human being as a release of their energy, as something that could possibly be a better thing for them, and maybe a better thing for you, but most likely just something you have to live with for the rest of your days here? But generally and most definitely a better thing for them and their energy, that when people cross over, it's actually their soul being released from their corporeal form. It's their soul having completed the task that it was meant to do here and moving on to the next task, but that soul actually retaining and being the same. That they are letting go of their human life, but that energy is consistent and staying with them, and that energy may have had to let go of that human life so it could grow, or that energy may have had to let go of that human life because it had run its course here, or it may have had to let go of that human life through no fault of its own. But that person had to let go of their human form and thus release and become pure energy that can grow and change. That's all we're doing when we're letting something go. We're releasing it. So the energy that makes it up can actually grow and change. Okay, now, folks who know me will tell you that I have no business making a video about letting things go because I don't let things go. I hold on to things. I was taught to hold on to things. I came from a person who went through the Great Depression. So my grandmother taught my mother the importance of things and the fact that you should never throw anything away because you might need it later. You'll regret getting rid of it if you throw it away. So you must keep it, and you must keep everything because there might be a use for it later. I was taught that as a child, and it is embedded in my brain to keep everything in order to make sure I don't have to get anything new, and so that I'm not a massive consumer, so I'm not throwing things away, so I'm using what I have. But what that has actually done is handcuffed me and paralyzed me to things, to the idea that there's a finite amount of things, that there's a finite amount of energy. It would seem that fear is actually the thing that keeps us from letting things go. That the fear that we'll never get them back, the fear that letting them go might be a mistake. Letting go can actually be a mental and emotional thing rather than it be a physical thing, rather than it be something where you have to hold something and decide whether or not it brings you joy. And if it brings you joy, keep it. If it doesn't bring you joy, let it go. No, that's not what we're doing. What we're actually doing is we're getting to the seed. We're getting to the thing that causes you to hold on to things so incredibly tightly, because when we hold on to things tightly, it's a fear. And it is an inability to trust the process and to trust how things go. There's no ending, there is no beginning, there is just always. So if we do a big thing where you're letting things go, where you're releasing physical attachments, then those physical attachments will continue, and they'll continue because the things that attached you emotionally to the physical thing is still there, even if you let go of the physical thing. What you want to do is figure out the reason why you kept it in the first place and let that go. Getting to the root of your inability to let things go can have a lot to do with, yeah, you guessed it, meditation. Because with meditation, you figure yourself out. You spend more time with yourself inwardly. You let yourself know who you are and how you truly feel, because we can tell ourselves we feel a certain way very, very easily here, because we have so many ways of masking our own feelings. We have outside of us ways of masking our own feelings. We also have things that we can do to ourselves to try to mask our feelings, to try to give us a sense of control. So when we do things outside of ourselves to actually try to mask our feelings or dilute our feelings or push down our feelings, we don't release the feeling. We just hide it in a deeper spot, making it more difficult for us to access. So letting go will help you figure out what those feelings are and what the reasons are that you keep continuing to hold on to things, because letting something go now won't fix the thing that caused you to hold on to the things. It will just make room for new things for you to hold on to. How does not letting go give you a sense of control? Not letting go gives you a sense of control because it's a choice you're making. Because you are the one who is allowing the thing to stay in your life. Not letting go makes you feel as though you are the one choosing and deciding to keep something in your life. Even if that something isn't serving you. Even if that something is no good for you. Even if you tell yourself all the time you don't want to have this thing in your life, yet there it is. There are things in my life that I would love to let go. There are things in my life that I can't look through without wanting to mull over, think about, hold on to, have memories with, even though sometimes I don't even know I have the things. I discover them. And I have no daily use for them. There is nothing that can serve me from owning them. Yet, letting them go makes me feel as though I will be suffering lack if I do. And that feeling of suffering lack is, oh my gosh, it's a human condition. This feeling of lack actually permeates all points of our worlds here. This thought that somebody else might can have more than you, that one day you might not have enough, that there might not be enough food to eat, there won't be enough money to go around, there's not enough shelter, there's not enough, not enough, not enough. We tell ourselves that all the time, and we are absolutely and totally duped into thinking that too. Consumerism has completely and absolutely duped us into this idea that there will be lack. And I really do think, I don't say it's our grandparents' trouble. It's not our grandparents' fault. But what they went through with rationing, with the Second World War, had really changed their mentality. It actually taught them what was important to them. It taught them the sanctity of life. It taught them that love means something, that humans mean something. We've kind of turned that into stuff meaning something, and that's interesting. This idea that if you have everything, if you have so much, nothing can touch you. If you have a certain amount of money, then everything will always be fine for you. You will always have that buffer. But in actual reality, the only thing that provides you with everything you need in life is, well, yourself. Yeah, and within that self, it's love. It's the love that you have for yourself, the love that you give yourself, the love that others give you, the love that you give others. I know that sounds crazy. What do you mean love? How does love provide anything for people? Love provides absolutely everything, because everything that is built on love. Love is an energy. Love is a strength. Love is not just what two partners feel for each other. Love is the strongest vibration that can run through your body. Love is what makes you grieve. Love is what makes it so that you can't let go. Because love is the most prevalent feeling in the world. And because of that, somehow, some way, we believe that there is a finite amount of it. It is absolutely ridiculous. So what should you do? What can you do? Well, you can let go of a little bit every day. Every day, you can allow yourself to let go of a behavior, let go of a thing, let go of an idea that does not serve. Letting go changes the energy. And when you change the energy, you allow yourself and everything around you to grow, because you are energy. You are a big ball of energy stuck in a human body. So if you decide, okay, I'm going to change that energy. I'm going to let that energy go. I'm going to let it grow. I'm going to let it move. Change one little thing a day. One tiny, tiny, tiny little thing. Like turn left instead of right when you're going to work. Well, you might not get to work if you do that, right? No, but do one little thing a day that changes your world for you, and you will find that you might want to change a little bit more each and every time. So letting go isn't about getting rid of stuff. It is about releasing energy. It is about embracing the new. It is about realizing when things have run their course and when you might need to start bringing in new energy, new ideas, new thoughts, new feelings, and new things. Because everything runs its course and we're a collective. If you're done with something physical, somebody else might need it. So you need to release it so they can have it. If you're done with another human being, somebody else might need them. They might not be done with them. So you need to release them so that that energy keeps moving. Allow yourself to move with the feelings and energies inside of you. Because when you ignore the need to let things go, when you ignore the need for change, you stagnate yourself. And when you stagnate yourself, that stagnant energy becomes something. Energy always becomes something. And stagnant energy can become things like arthritis, can become things like cysts, fibroids, ladies. Thyroids, anyone? When you do not move the energy decides to become something else. And it might not be something you want. Think of a tornado. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that it informed, I hope that it helped, and I hope it allowed you to let go. If you have any questions, please ask them below. If you would like a reading or would like to get a hold of me, I can be found on Instagram at Bobby Roundtree Born Medium, on Facebook at Bobby Roundtree Spiritual Medium, and on my website at trinityyogaandspiritualservices.com. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.